Morning, good afternoon, good evening, top of the time zone. Happy hump day for all of you in the Innervision FM universe. It's our Friday, but it's your Wednesday. And we got Johnnie J, president and station manager of Innervision FM. How you doing today, Johnny?
Man, I'm doing fantastic. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I'm in La La Land because I don't know, things are going. I don't know. I don't gonna say they're going like very well, but they're just like how you just feel good. And I hear all these people say, I got aches and pains and all that kind of stuff. And I said, I'm just happy I don't have all those. And I always hear these commercials, uh, 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 order this and drink this, and in 2 weeks your pain will be gone. And I'm thinking like, wow, that is.
I
Oh
could use
man.
an unguent or potion, something like that to make my pains all go away.
Yeah, and I wonder if it works. Is I once got my mother something. She had problems with her knees, and I got her this stuff, and it was a spray. And my mother looked at it, she said, "It's just a bunch of young people on here." And I guess the focus group wasn't anybody over 70. But I felt like, they keep advertising it. It must, hopefully it works. And I don't think it did work. But for all you guys that are having pains in your knees and uh, pain in your back, and or you got your back fused, I know this guy named Brian. Brian, he works for, well, he does the Christian Brother, and I guess he had an operation where he had his back fused.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh man, I don't think that sounds too fun.
Definitely not any fun whenever you get your vertebrae fused. No, I'm not doing it. Not doing it. Not,
Yeah.
nope, nope.
Oh, hey, I want to remind you guys, leave us a super chat, and so
Right.
your message be up at the top. Also, subscribe, like, and subscribe because then you'll know when we're going on, and we've been getting a lot of people with our YouTube shorts. So um, come on, please subscribe. There's a lot of people. We're trying to get up to
If we can hit 10,000 subscribers by
yeah,
the beginning of March, I'm going to be super grateful. And
yeah,
I'll tell you what, if we hit 10,000 by the first part of March, we're going to send out some special shout outs, man. So,
oh yeah.
so go ahead and like, share, subscribe, toss a comment down below. This also feeds the algorithm. So even if you really don't care for our content, hey,
Yeah.
let us know that too, because
Oh
we
yeah.
love haters just as much as we love those that love us. So
Yeah, and we so far we built up to like 175,000 viewers. So that's pretty
yeah,
cool.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
It's
so
pretty cool. We got a fun show for you today. We have no idea what the heck we're going to talk about. It's Free Form Friday on a Wednesday, folks.
yeah, who's this guy? Dante is exiled from Florence. Okay, whoever Dante is, I didn't get much information on it. John Lennon writes a song, "Instant Karma's gonna get you," and he wrote it in one day. And did he record it in one day? Oh yeah, and he records it in one day.
Yep,
Instant
written and
Karma.
recorded in one day, instant karma. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, I do that with Suno.
That's pretty funny.
All right.
Hey, what do you guys think about that AI stuff? AI music, AI video. I was watching a YouTube video earlier today about this guy that was FaceTiming AI avatars and tricking them into believing they were human.
Yeah, man. Yes, yes. And then Yi is acting like Obama and is going on the apology tour. Do you think that? Do you think that the whole thing is just part of publicity? I mean, he goes on this rant about Jewish people and I guess black people too. And then months, well, I think it's been like maybe a year and a half. He apologizes because he said he just wasn't on his medications or something like that.
So it's Ye as in Kanye West.
Yeah,
Hmm.
So I read the letter, and then I read the epicism. What is that? Not nepotism, epicism. What does that word say? How do you say?
Nudge.
Skepticism,
Skepticism.
skepticism. Yeah, that people had because they felt like, oh, is he really apologizing? Or now his latest album is called Bully. It was supposed to come out Friday, but
Right.
then they pushed it back to March.
Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting. I wonder if they're going to do some edits to it.
Mm, yeah. So no. So he's blaming his type one bipolarness. Man, it must be hard living. I see. Did I ever? I wonder if I ever knew anybody that was by. I knew like a person that was a hoarder. Oh man, I gotta tell you this story. Okay, so so this person's a hoarder, right? And she got mad when she opened up the garage and somebody was walking by and said they looked in and said that's a lot of stuff. Now she got offended because someone used their eyes, looked over and said that's a lot of stuff, and she says mind your own business, right?
Sure.
But somebody has eyes, they can look over and they see something, they could maybe not say anything, but yeah. So one day she was about to we were about to clean up her she had this beautiful, it was like upstairs, downstairs condo. And we were gonna clean out starting at the closet downstairs. And then she stopped and she started reading this letter. And I'm thinking, if we read every letter, I'm gonna be an old man before we get through with this stuff. And she had drawings from her kids in grade school, and the kids were like, let's see, 25, 23 at the time. And then we went upstairs. She threw like different bills on the floor, so she know this bill is for that, this bill is for that. Then her dishwasher stopped working, but she couldn't invite the apartment person to come in and fix it because then they would
I
ask
didn't know
questions
that.
about why is
All the
all this
stuff.
stuff here?
Right.
you know? And it was just like a catch 22. And then she had stuff in the bathtub that she had to move all the stuff out of her bathtub in order to take a shower. Then to move it back into the bathtub. And it was just the most bizarre, it was just the most bizarre thing I've ever experienced. And then I've known other people, they had this one lady, she had a mother who was like that. And she said she wouldn't tell her mother where she lived. She didn't want her mother to move in with her because she knows how she grew up in that kind of mess and she didn't want it anywhere near her. So has anybody out there experienced like a hoarder? And
It's interesting. I've got experiences myself with that. So toss a comment down below and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe on
hmm,
whatever platform you're watching us on.
hmm. Now I know this is not in our show notes, but I don't know. I just started thinking about people with different types of mental. You can't call them mental defects or just mental uh, stuff that's going on. So he says he's bipolar, and that's why he said that's almost like what's that disease that you say things that you don't really mean, but it just comes blurting out of your mouth.
That's a little bit
Tourette's,
different. Yeah, that's a little
Tourette's.
bit different than bipolar
Yeah.
disorder. But they are, I guess, yeah, I don't know what the heck.
But anyway, so he blames it on his bipolarness, and and sometimes when I see him talk, I know he sounds like he's on heavy medications because he just has um that kind of sound to him. But anyway, so do you guys forgive and forget? Uh I know that's in the Christian relationship, the religion, how many times should I forgive my brother? And and Peter says, 7 times?
77 times 7 times.
Yeah. And he says, what? So anyway, so anyway, so,
Looks
hmm,
like we got the roommates home. I'm going to go ahead and mute you real quick while I uh, kennel the
oh,
dog and get things ready real quick.
oh, all right, all right.
I'll be right
Now,
back with
I'm
everybody in
going to
the
continue
Innervision
this
FM
with the Kanye
universe. So
ones.
we'll just 1 second here.
Okay, they say that he says his song or the album. He was living in Japan in let's see, what year was that? Hmm. Yeah, so he was living in Japan and wow. Okay. So it says a tracklist appeared online earlier this year. 13 tracks, Beauty and the Beast, Preacher Man, My Dean, uh, who worked on producing the album with them, resolved his what does I say? His I don't know, conflicts with them. So so this guy says he co-produced all the songs on the album. So then now I got a split of the producing revenue with that guy. Okay. So the timing of his apologies, some people felt that it was to get in line with releasing this new LP. So he was on the Breakfast Club, and of course that's a political hack show with Charmaine, who thinks he's a god, but he's really just a jerk with a radio show. Um, so the album is now gonna drop sometime in March, and the what's that? What's the name of this group? The Anti-Defamation said that they're not willing to forgive yet. So interesting. So they said his apologies to the Jewish people is long overdue, and his actions are gonna verify that if he really means this apologies. So yeah. He went really overboard with that, with the swastikas and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, so I didn't listen to the interview or the commentary on the Breakfast Club, and but Nicki Minaj is set to join President Trump uh, because President Trump put these accounts together for.
Yeah, no, I'm just coming next
All
week.
right.
So I'm down to Nicki Minaj and her hanging out with President
It's a
Trump
food study.
as he's
Are you okay, dude?
promoting this account for children
Yeah.
where grandparents can put money in there, the parents can put money in there, and
Oh, wow.
people in general can put money in there for later on. Man, I should have. I don't know, man. This is my mother. I know if I told you the story. When I got I think it was my first job when I was 14 years old. It was simple picking up trash around the school. It wasn't when helping the janitor whenever
It
he was
is
doing
more of
something.
a work study position, but it was still
Yeah,
employment.
yeah. And so I was thinking to myself, man, I'm gonna be able to buy all my albums and tapes, and man, this is gonna be fantastic. And, take myself to Dairy Queen because I was very much into Dairy Queen. I would have a hot dog and a banana split. That was my signature food at Dairy Queen.
Wow, and now you're vegan.
Yeah. Yeah. Or this one, uh, Big Mac, hamburger, French fries, apple pie,
Nom nom
milk,
nom.
and a milkshake.
Milkshake.
Man, I can't even get close to that now. Yeah, I can't even get close to eating that much now. like, gee. Oh, well, anyway, so I thought, man, I'm gonna have all this money, and I don't know if it was like I was making $20 a week or I don't know, because it was the minimum wage back then was like $2.10.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, I remember.
And so my mother says, well, you're gonna have to pay me rent. I said, what?
Yeah,
And
when I
so
first started paying rent, I think I was probably 15. I got my first job when I was, what was I? 17, 16. Well, no, I mean, shoot. Actually, I was playing in bars and doing all that. As long as I had my dad to sign off, I could play in the bars. I just couldn't play past a certain time.
you were almost like Bootsy. Bootsy, he was playing in the clubs with James Brown. And
Yeah.
then the Jackson Five, I think I know they were going along the Chitlin circuit.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure. I guess sometimes it was a club that had the strippers, so the kids had to come in, and the guys weren't really interested. But it was just a matter of like, Joe saying like, let's get you in front of a tough crowd, so you'll know how to deal with that kind of stuff.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, so what, now, what did you learn when you went in front of these pretty much adults, or were you like was it called the opening act, part of the
Yeah.
opening act?
Yeah. So I was basically usually always the opening act. I played in a number of different bands, and well, I was actually, I was oddly enough, I was always the youngest person in the band. So a lot of these folks were in their 20s. And I
Mhm.
started playing and touring when I was probably 14, 15, 16. Boy, by the time I was 17, I was in my first band where we were actually touring the nation. And it
Hmm.
wasn't the glamorous kind of rock star life. So we didn't even have a tour bus, we had a
Mm.
van.
Were you guys sleeping sitting up in the van,
Yeah,
or did
sleep
you?
sitting up in the van
Right.
with all the amps and all the guitars and stuff in the back. It was one of those old cargo vans with no seats in the back, and we would strap the equipment in such a way as to keep it from sliding around.
Hmm.
And then there was like the two seats in the front, and then there was a little twin mattress that went behind the two bucket seats in the front.
Hmm.
And also in the front, there was this engine compartment. It's inside the van. I don't know if you ever saw that.
Hmm.
It was one of those older cargo vans.
All right.
And so the engine compartment was right inside in the van, in between
Wow.
the two bucket seats.
Wow. And so you guys would go and travel like what, 30, 50 miles or even more, because you guys were going like
Shoot,
all around.
even okay. So usually, what we do is we would play in a certain state. We'd have 2 or 3 days that we would play, and so we'd try to book it to where there were like either either all three of the shows would be in the same area, so we could just drive from one to the other, or we would we would book 3 shows for 3 nights and
Hey, now,
play.
now tell me, did you guys like, you know, print out? I don't think there were any computers back then. So did you
No,
guys
there were
get?
well, you had dot matrix printers and things like that, but usually what we did was we would this guy's mom was a secretary for a school, so she would type up all of our handbills, and we would,
Hey,
well, yeah, dude, we'd get all those, and we'd stick them onto the windshields of the car,
yep,
under the wiper, under the windshield
yep,
wiper.
yep.
We would hand them out to bars
Man, that
in
sounds
the
so much
area.
fun. That
Yeah,
sounds like
dude.
fun, man.
It was so much fun, dude. We were our own street team. Usually
That's the way it should
musicians
be.
and things, they had their own street teams, and they hired them, but we were so stinking poor. We were our street team.
Man, I like that. I like that, man. That's really cool. Now, wait a minute. Now, okay, now I know you're not a girl, but in the Tina Turner movie, when Ike
Mhm.
wanted to take her out on the road, he had to go to meet with the mother.
Right.
Oh, was it her mother? Because she acted so rude. I don't know if that was her mother or not. So anyway, he came with a stack of bills, right? And he says, "Ma'am, and he's talking to her and says, I'd like to ask if we could take your daughter out on the road." And he started giving her some bills, and then, and that quickly gave her consent because she says, "Oh, how much?" And I know that didn't happen with you. How did they convince? Or is it because you're a guy, your parents said, okay, hey, if that's what he wants to do, let him go.
Well, I
And you were
think
almost
probably,
16 anyway.
well, yeah, but I think probably being biker scum.
Mm,
My dad didn't care. Uh,
mm.
in fact, he used to. Uh, He used to give me. We had. All right, so it's the 1980s, and
Mm.
spikes were big. Leather was big in those days, and
Right.
so we had these. He used to make these leather spiked gauntlets, so that they were like a leather glove that you
Mm.
would put on, but it would go all the way up to your shoulder and or sometimes just to your wrist, or sometimes it would just do the forearm. I mean, depending on he had like three different
It
styles.
was a Billy Idol look.
Yeah, exactly, man.
Yeah.
So that was the funnest ever, man. Getting all dressed up in spikes and leather and and playing guitar and stuff. That was some good
Mm.
stuff.
Yeah. Now, okay, now, and let you know. So my mother, she was taking the rent, and then when I got to be 18, because I had no plans of dropping out of school. I don't know what these kids were doing. I enjoyed going to school because I get to meet all these people.
I
To me,
know
it was like a social event. It was
exactly.
okay, you went to classes, okay, that. But also you get to talk to all these different people that you would never meet if you just stayed at home.
That's right. That's right. It was cool because school for me was, well, I've always been kind of a nerd. I had a 4.0 grade point average until I hit high school and got stupid. But uh, I loved school, man. Knowledge is candy. Candy is good. Man, I just love all that stuff. So there's nothing better than being in this setting where you get to learn things, feed your mind, and get to talk to girls. Nom nom nom.
Oh yeah, shoot. Man, yeah. So I when I graduated, then she had been putting the money in the savings account, and she says, "Here's your graduation present."
That's
And,
awesome,
I-
dude.
and so I flew to California because oh man, okay,
Yeah.
I had some bad experiences at this camp here in Denver. And so my friend, I went to this camp in Malibu, California. And my mother said, "Oh, I don't know, that's a long way. And if something happens,
Yeah.
it'd be hard for me to fly out there and find out what's going on." But because he was my best friend and his mother convinced my mother that my son's been out there. They didn't treat him bad like your son got treated at this camp.
Sure.
He'll be
Yeah.
okay. And so I've been went out to California, and so I want to go back out to California to go to that camp again. And uh, and so I used that money to go there and had a little bit left over and stuff like that, and it was kind of
Nice.
cool. So that's what she did to teach me that pay rent. And then the other one is like, if you borrow from relatives, always pay them back first.
Yep.
And I try to teach my daughters that, if you, okay, these other guys are going to call you up and bug you about paying them in their company. But if you borrow from your family, always pay them back so they don't act like a debt collector.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh
And
man.
folks, that's one thing that I always do too is if I've got the money to loan somebody, I may as well consider it a gift. Like I'll never get it back. Now, if they pay me
Mm,
back, great. But if they don't,
mm,
uh, I've already kind of decided that I might lose the money.
mm,
This way, if they disappoint me and I don't get paid back, why it's not earth shattering. It doesn't destroy my what is it? It doesn't
mm.
destroy my fragile ego. It just says, well, okay, cool. I'll just I guess not talk to him no
Yeah.
more.
Yeah. Ah, wow. Now, Saturday Night Live star Marcelo, what is his name? Hernandez. He's setting the record straight. Um, Monday interview on Des Shepard. I never heard of the guy before.
Hmm.
He's an armchair expert, whatever that means, podcast. So he was addressing the rumor that he was dating Sabrina Carpenter. Now, in my world, would say, who cares? But I guess in this world, he's really dating this other lady um, with a Dominican girl, and she's an architect, and she went to Yale. And I have a feeling that the other chick that they were accusing him of being with never even seen never
Inside of a
got,
schoolhouse or
yeah.
something.
Now I don't know her personally, because they like people like her song.
Yeah.
So that's so Sabrina Carpenter, for the fans out there who love Sabrina Carpenter, I'm sure she's a nice girl, but she's not. So this is a song in the Pussycat Girls. It says, "I'm sure that she doesn't want a chair." So I'm sure that Mr. Hernandez's girlfriend doesn't want to share, and it's all good. It's- oh man. So anyway, and a little bit of a gossip, but oh well. Man-child singer. I guess it was a sketch on Saturday Night. I guess I had to go back. I haven't watched Saturday Night Live in such a long time. It's
I
just
haven't.
stop being funny.
I haven't watched it since the early '80s, probably.
Oh man, you go way back.
Yeah, yeah. I used to love it when John Belushi was on there when he was alive.
Hmm.
I like Gilda Radner.
Oh yeah, man. She is so cool, man.
Yeah.
I mean, did she ever do like any stand-up? Because I'm gonna see if I can go find some of her stuff.
I'd like to do that myself. So if you come across any in the Innervision FM universe, we need your help. Go ahead and toss a comment down below. Tell us what your favorite stuff of SNL Saturday Night Live was.
Yeah.
Did you like the '70s, the '80s? When did you quit watching it? Or conversely, do you still watch it? Do you like it?
Right. So that'd be kind of cool. You know what? I thought I had a bunch of birthdays in here. Never mind. This thing left out all the birthdays. I was like, ugh,
You
because
know, it's funny because, dude, I was right before the show. I was looking at some ethical hackers articles, computer stuff, and they were talking about how Microsoft had done something or other, and they released this patch that broke a bunch of different stuff. So I'm all scared to open up my computer and start it up and see what happens because
hmm.
some people are reporting that they just don't boot up anymore. They're reporting black screens. They're reporting just all kinds of crazy stuff. And I'm like,
Hmm.
oh man,
So if your
just
cloud is getting your drive one is getting full, would you just if you delete stuff in there, it doesn't delete it on the flash drive, it just deletes it as a backup in the copy there, right?
so OneDrive is a cloud storage service available through Microsoft. Once
Hmm.
OneDrive does get full, they give you the opportunity to go ahead and upgrade. If you choose not to upgrade, um, your best bet is to make sure all of the files that you want to have saved, yes, are indeed on your machine itself and on your hard drive or on
Hmm.
an external drive, so you don't clutter up your main hard drive. So,
Hmm.
but yes,
Hmm.
once you delete that stuff from the cloud, unless it's backed up on your hard drive as well, uh,
Hmm. It's gone.
yeah, it's gone. So
Oh man. And that's a lot of stuff. Like I said, I deleted 10 years of emails. And I just said hit delete. and it's like boom, they're gone. And my box is getting filled up again with a bunch of junk, and so I'm trying to like mark it as
Spam.
spam and whatever and stuff like that. And what a pain!
Yep. It's a
It's like
big pain.
yeah, once they get a hold of your email, it's like they just go all out to send you a bunch of junk.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So anyway, so
A lot
what are
of
your plans for
stuff.
what are your plans for this week? This weekend?
Well, plans for this week involve just trying to get some things put together with the projects that we're doing.
Hmm.
Uh, Working on trying to get a couple of braille displays donated so that I can get started on the project of making what's going to be called the keyboard note taker. I'm sorry, keyboard note communicator.
Mhm.
So you guys
Yeah.
need help loading or unloading? All right, well,
Well,
all right, my brothers or brother and
I'm
sister.
I was gonna go to this meeting tonight, but I think I'm
Hey,
just
can
gonna
I
go
borrow a
on Zoom.
cigarette?
I think I'm gonna go on Zoom and just hang out at this community meeting tonight. Even
Okay.
though if I went there in person, I have chips and salsa and whatever else, but okay. But anyway, it's all good. Hey, you guys have a fantastic weekend, and we will see you
You guys
later.
soon.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, we won't see you on the third. We'll see you before the third. Yeah, no. Yeah, we'll see you on the second. Yes. All right.